What's up guys, David Sherback here. Today I'm going to be doing a wing tutorial. I'm going to be going into basic wings, wing juggle wing, swaps into wing, and just all the tips and tricks that I have to get more consistent at this stall. All right, so let's start off with just a basic swing wing or pull-up wing, either way you want to do it. Here's an example of that. All right, so there's an example of just a swing wing. Here's a straight pull-up wing right there. Firstly, I want to say that I've never really been good at this stall until recently. One thing that does help is this gnome shape from Analog Kendamas. By the time this comes out, these should actually be live on the website, so go cop one if you're interested. This thing has huge cup rims, so it really does help with this stall, but it's not a necessity by any means. This trick can be done on pretty much any kendama. So let's start off with the grip. The grip is something that I really found helpful. When I was first doing wings, I would just do a standard kind of grip like this, nothing really special. And again, that's still doable, as you can see. But one thing that I've helped or found that has really helped me is just moving my grip up. So instead of having it down here, I just have it right here. And basically what my grip is doing, I have 3 or 4 of my fingers on the bottom of the big cup right there, and my thumb is here. My hand just kind of rests on it like this. It provides a lot more support under that big cup, so it gives me a lot more control, as you can see. I do usually just have like 2 fingers right here. I don't need all 3 or 4. Having like just a couple fingers on the bottom there, for some reason it just makes the stall a little bit easier, a little bit more control. Again, that's something that I found is really important. So just a simple thing of just adjusting that grip really helps. In terms of actual technique with this trick, obviously one thing is a lot of straightness in the tama, keeping that tama as straight as you can. If you're doing wing earths, for example, again, that was not really a good example right there. There you go, very straight. One big thing is keeping the ken as flat as you can. Sometimes you're gonna tend to want to tilt it. That's exaggerated, obviously, but inadvertently, you're just gonna kind of tilt it in weird ways. You wanna keep it as flat as you can. And again, this grip really does help with keeping it flat. Almost laying your hand out in a kind of table kind of way like this. It gives you a lot better of an understanding of how flat the ken is. Now, you might not like how this grip looks. Honestly, I don't love how it looks. If I was super consistent with wings like this, I would do them this way. Yeah, let's get into like a wing juggle wing, for example. Here's an example of that right there. So obviously you want to be really comfortable with wings before you hop into this. I still keep the same grip when I'm doing wing juggle wing. I don't really change to this kind of grip. I keep those 2 fingers under the big cup. It does make it a little bit more awkward for the actual juggle throw, but that's just something you kind of have to feel out and get used to. In terms of the juggle throw, I pop the tama up, I kind of twist the ken this way a little bit. You should be juggling here, but I juggle to this side, so we'll say on this side. And then I just do a normal juggle rotation. You can even try doing a lofty ken flip with this kind of awkward grip, if that helps. Pretty much the same principles as juggling from any stall apply here. You wanna do a clean forward throw of the tama. And honestly, you should be experienced with other stall juggles and definitely spike juggle spike, because that's the same tama control concept. What I do when I catch the ken is I just kind of go straight back into that grip. That's something I definitely had to practice because it is a little bit awkward, but I catch the ken, I quickly twist it back this way and make sure my hand is just kind of naturally falling back into that grip right there. So that's pretty much it for wing juggle wing. It's just a lot of practice. Remember to use your knees a lot. Try and slow it down as much as you can to give yourself as much time as possible. And just remember all those things, keep the ken flat. Remember that grip. It's one of those tricks that seems very intimidating at first, but once you get it, it's not the hardest thing in the world. You can land them pretty consistently. So yeah, these techniques, the grip that I talked about, pretty much applies to any variation of a wing trick. You can do a 1.5 swap wing like that. Now, one thing I'm not gonna cover in this video, but I might do in the future, is penguin wings, because that's a whole different beast. There's not much to this trick other than just like finding a grip that works for you. And again, this grip is what works for me best. And yeah, it's a really fun trick. I've been having a lot of fun with these wings. Hopefully these tips helped, and go do some wings. They're fun. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.